Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cookie Janice, and today I'm going to be doing a special video. I'm just going to be giving you information. It's just going to be a story time. And I don't know, so let's just get started. So have you ever had that feeling where you feel like there's something stuck behind your throat? It's just the sensation behind your throat that every time you drink something or you swallow something, you feel like there's something behind your throat, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think a lot of people have this, but they don't really know what it is. They think they ate something and they think they have something behind their throat, and that's usually not the case. So I'm going to do a story time right now, and I'm going to tell you everything I went through, and I'm also going to give you information on how I was able to get rid of it. So let's get started. So it started, this happened about a year ago. I felt like I had something stuck behind my throat and I just couldn't get rid of it. I would drink water, drink juice, I would drink warm water, and I realized it wasn't going away. So I have to say, the first time I actually had it, I thought I was having allergies. I thought I was suffering from allergies. So I took my allergy medication. It still wasn't going away. I decided to go to the emergency room, and when I went to the emergency room, they did all sorts of exams on me and they couldn't figure out what was going on. The doctors just told me that nothing was wrong with me, that there was nothing behind my throat, that they're not really sure what's going on. So they referred me back to my family doctor. And when I went to see my family doctor, he said that he wasn't really sure what was going on too. They did all sorts of tests on me. So he referred me to a specialist. I will link what the specialist or the type of specialist is in this video, somewhere in this video. And I remember going there and they put a camera. So I guess they put like a camera behind your throat and they try to see what's in there, if there's anything in there. So they put it behind my throat and it said everything looks good, that there's nothing wrong with me. And I was convinced that all these doctors didn't know what they were talking about, because I still had that feeling. I was doing so many different things and it wasn't going away. So I remember they had referred me to see a therapist. They said it could have to do with anxiety, and that was the first doctor that actually told me that it might have to do with anxiety, but I wasn't really sure what anxiety has to do with my throat. But he just said it might be anxiety, and he even referred me to I don't know what they're called. I think it was like a vocal therapy or music therapy. I don't know what he was talking about. It was a little confusing for me. So anyways, I ended up not going to therapy. I didn't go to the vocal music classes he told me to join. I was just really consumed with stress because I didn't understand why that sensation behind my throat was not going away. So since he had said it had to do with anxiety, I decided to try and figure out, what can I take to reduce my anxiety? So I was reading online and I saw someone post something about pink salt, and how pink salt, if you put pink salt in a bottle of water and you drink it all the time, it's going to help and it reduces your anxiety. So I was drinking the pink salt, drinking the warm water, taking my allergy medication. I was just doing exercises to get rid of my anxiety, and nothing was working. I promise you, the feeling I had behind my throat, it didn't feel like I was in pain. It just felt like I was suffocating. I felt like something was just holding on to my throat, and I just didn't understand what it was. And so I decided to just stop taking out medication. I realized that I had to take a look at my life and see what could have been giving me anxiety and go from there. So a little backstory. I remember then I was living in the dorms and I had a roommate, and I think I had a lot of stress at that moment, or I mean around that time, because I had a roommate that knew I was allergic to something, and that roommate kept putting whatever I was allergic to in my food. And I would always get allergic reactions. So I was thinking maybe I'm just getting allergy reactions. Maybe that's why my throat is constantly feeling this way, you know? I had to move out of that dorm. It's too much. I'll go more in depth about this specific other story later on. But basically, I ended up moving out of where I was staying, and I moved to a new dorm. And as I moved to the new dorm, I realized that my anxiety slowly started going away. So who knew that this had to do with anxiety? I felt really sad. Like, I remember I was so depressed. I would be crying. I didn't know why that feeling wasn't going away. I just thought it was controlling my life, and I didn't know how I was going to live like this. I felt like I was trapped. I was very, very trapped. And so right when I moved, I'm telling you, it all had to do with my environment. So I decided to change my environment. I moved to a new apartment. I changed how everything was in my room. I realized the anxiety just went away. I mean, I still have anxiety now, but it's not as bad as it was. I like to say mine was just based off of my living situation back then and the condition of where I was staying. So that's basically what happened. So I encourage you that if anyone is going through this, I know it's a lot to deal with. I know how when you have that feeling behind your throat, it's just not easy for someone to tell you to relax and calm down. And I actually do advise you that if you do have the same feeling I'm talking about, maybe go to the doctor. I suggest going to the doctor and get professional advice. Whatever I'm advising you right now is nothing professional. I'm not a professional at this. So I'm going to tell you, go to the doctor, get checked. If they're telling you you have nothing and they're telling you it might be anxiety, you have to figure out a way to reduce your anxiety. And for me, it was just my living situation. For me, it had to do with a lot of stress that was going on at that time. I remember working was stressful, going to school was stressful, being in a dorm was stressful. So it literally all came together and ruined my life. But I mean, it didn't ruin my life. That's me exaggerating. But essentially, I'm telling you that if you have this feeling and you know it's anxiety, you have to figure a way to reduce your anxiety. When you have anxiety, usually you're never really going to get rid of your anxiety, but I mean, you could find ways to manage your anxiety. If you have health anxiety, you have to find a way to get your mind off of it, because I remember when I used to get that feeling behind my throat, all I could think about was that feeling, and I was constantly trying to figure out how to get rid of it, and I could never get rid of it. So as soon as I stopped paying attention to it, I moved. I was staying somewhere completely different. It helped me out a lot, and that feeling just went away. And it's been over a year now, and I don't have that feeling, but sometimes when I get a little stressed, it might come for like maybe 5 minutes and then it's gone. So you just have to figure out how to manage your stress and just try to be positive. I know a lot of people go through a lot of different issues or a lot of different things. You just have to figure out how to be strong and know that you're going to have better days and believe in yourself. And you know, anxiety has to do a lot with whatever it is you're thinking in your head. So even if you have to stop thinking. Okay, that's bad, but just try not to dwell too much on your problems and find something to resolve your problems, you know? So find a way to fix your problems, and even if you can't fix it, it's okay, because it's not gonna stop time. Time is gonna go, and you just have to be strong and believe in yourself, and you have to control your own emotions and try to control your emotions, and you will slowly start getting a hold of it, and you're going to be able to fully have control of yourself. So it's a mind game. You have to be mentally prepared for this, and you have to be mentally ready to accept change in regards to dealing with stress, anxiety, and all that. So yeah, so if you have any questions, comment below. I'll be able to answer your questions. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a few more videos like this, but I'm not going to do too many videos about anxiety, but I would love to do motivational videos. I love to speak positivity in people's life, and I know that if you're going through this feeling, in my heart, I'm really praying for you, and I hope that you're able to get rid of it. But yeah, so that's it. So thank you again for watching my channel. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later.